Hey replay viewers, thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys can still share it out and share the love. Hearts. Hello. Hello. Hey Emily. Hey Betty, how are you? Hey Sophia. Good afternoon, Tina. How are you guys? Hello, Erica. Well, I've been scoping every single day, so. Oh, you're welcome, Emily. I really enjoyed it. And the funny thing is a lot of what you were talking about, oh, you did? That's so cool, was on my outline already for today. So it was kind of cool. Of course, in different words, but sorry. My hair is like shower hair. I did not do it, so. Yeah, it was awesome. All right. See if we can do this without it. Hi, Tracy. Yeah, it's been crazy here. We've been working at your house. I got what you're saying. Hello. If I don't know your name, pop it up there because I'm getting a lot better at remembering people's names. So we've been working. We are almost to the point. Thanks, Sarah. And Misty mornings. I like that. That's awesome. So, real quick shop update. We are 8 away from being completely caught up to the point where we will be working on orders way before they're even supposed to ship. So, yeah. So, and those will be done this weekend. So they will all ship out. A lot of them will ship out tomorrow morning, and then the rest will ship out Monday. But we are to the point where, like, after that's done, my next order wasn't technically supposed to go out till the 15th, but of course I'm going to have it done before then. But yeah, we're there. We're almost there. So you guys can bring it on. I'm ready for you. So we're doing really good. I'm way excited. So I just wanted to talk about a few things today. Hey Nikki, how are you? So, a lot of times people say, you know, don't let your past define you. Don't let that experience define who you are. I say malarkey. Throw that out. Because in all honesty, every experience, good afternoon, how are you? Everything that you've gone through, everything that you've experienced, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, all of it defines who you are, no matter what. So, and, right, it all defines you. And when you grasp that and you hold on to it and say, you know what, no, that's who I am, that's what happened to me, and that does define who I am. Now, does it need to hold you back? No. But defining who you are as a person is completely different. Can you move past it? Absolutely. Can you rise above? Absolutely. Can you bask in the enjoyment and excitement of the other things? Yes, you can. But all of it defines who you are. So own it. Like, it's okay. And the reason why I thought about this is because, so even the negative things, yeah. So I had a viewer email me and ask me some pretty personal questions, which I don't mind. I'm an open book. You have a question, I will answer it to the best of my ability. I'm pretty honest about that kind of stuff. And so they were asking, and so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to address this publicly for those of you who want to know, because I don't talk about it a lot. Yeah, exactly. Excuse me, pregnancy, and I'm trying not to burp on camera. And it's really bad today. It may be the homemade Chex Mix that we made today. So, hey Rachel, hey Katie. So, I'm going to just address this publicly so that there's no more questions about it. How many times have I been married? This is my 3rd marriage. And I will tell you straight up, is that how I wanted it to be? Nope, not at all. Did I want the white picket fence and the husband of 20 years? Absolutely. That is what I wanted in the beginning of my life. Happy Friday. I met my first husband when I was 19. I was young. I was on my own. I was away from my family, and I was lost. Oh, it's okay. I was lost mentally, emotionally. I was kind of sheltered as a child. I had a great upbringing, very biblical. My parents are both ministers, and it was an amazing childhood. But I had no street knowledge. I had no common sense, and I didn't know what the world was like. And so when I went out into the world, I was in shock. I was just like, what? Now, I wasn't Amish. I wasn't that sheltered and protected. So I knew about, life and technology, but I was sheltered from the secular world. If you guys know what I'm talking about when I say secular world, a lot of that is, what people are really like when they aren't living the word and when they aren't standing for God. I didn't know what those people were like. I didn't know what guys were like that. And so I went wild. I rebelled and I left the ministry and I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want to live that way. Okay, so that was 19. I met him. He was the first guy who, I had boyfriends growing up, but he was the first man who I thought loved me. And so I thought, oh, well, this is it, right? And so we're together, we get married, we have a baby. I'm, married and have a baby at the age of 22. And I gave this man literally from the time we were together all the way, you grew up Amish? Oh, that's awesome. I do say that's awesome in a real way because there's a lot that I really, really admire of that culture. So, in total, marriage and together, I gave him 13 years of my life. 2 children, plus I raised his son, so I had a stepson. 13 years of my life, and he never got it. I always tried to live the life that I was taught, like my parents taught me of how to be the wife, how to be submissive in a very godly and respected manner, how to be the homemaker and take care of the kids and support and respect my husband, but he never earned it, and he would never grow up. And he did things that in a marriage you shouldn't do. You shouldn't verbally and physically abuse the person you're with. You shouldn't commit adultery. And he did those things, and I gave him many years, okay? And many years to say, you need to change, you need to change, and you need to change. And I prayed. It's like, please, please, please. But what I didn't realize at the time, as much as I was praying, I had never really gone back to the Word, and there was no way that it was going to happen because he didn't want to serve the Lord. So it was never going to happen. So I made the hard decision of that this was not what I wanted my children to learn about what love was, what life was, how a husband treated a wife, how adults should act in the first place. It was bad. And it's okay. I had a lot of pain, but it's fine. And I'm sharing this with you because it does define who I am. And it's one of the reasons why I'm so motivated to come and share with you guys, because we didn't all have that great, story. We don't have that. And that's okay. That doesn't make us any less of a woman. It doesn't make us any less of a wife now. It doesn't make us any less of a mom. And it sure as heck doesn't make us any less of a believer. And so many times we're put down for it, and I'm owning it. So somebody wanted to know, and now all you guys get to know. So in my weakness, after doing all through that, I met somebody who took advantage of where I was at in my life, and I was down, I was out, I was exhausted. I had worked for 13 years, multiple jobs. I had my career kind of just like, I had to give up my career because of what my son was born with, and so I met somebody who really fed off of it. Yeah, exactly. And he fed off of it. He's a predator. He still is today, and I have no doubt about it. But I was weak, and I was tired, and I just wanted somebody to come in and support us and take care of us, and that's what I thought I saw in him. And he was a great hard worker, and he did support, but then the rest of it, I turned a blind eye to because I was just so tired and I was worn down. And literally, the adversary had gotten me so worn down that I didn't pay attention to all the horribleness that was happening. And I gave him 6 years of my life and 2 children. To the point where it was so bad I had to leave, or we might not be here today. Like, that's how bad he got. So, do I want to sit here and say, hey, y'all, I've been divorced twice? No. It's not fun to say, and it's really, really hard because people judge you for that. And I think what we really need to do is we need to start living our experiences. We need to start saying this is who I am. And then you know what? Everybody else needs to stop judging because nobody has walked in each other's shoes. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You guys don't have to apologize because I'm good. And it took a while before there was no availability for me to come back to the Word during that time. It was not available. And so when it became available, the doors that opened up and the blessings that came were amazing. Now, do you have to always go to the Word for that? No. The blessings are there. The blessings are there. The blessings are there. And I'm going to tell you that. Whether you believe in God or not, the blessings are there. Okay? So, because this is not, I'm not preaching religion on anybody whatsoever. However, our experiences do define us. Exactly. They can. And they do define us. And we have to learn that we can stand up and say, this is who I am. Hello. This is who I am. This is what I've been through. And you know what? I'm proud of it because I am who I am. Is it what I wanted out of life? No. But how many of us actually have gone through life and go, this is exactly what I wanted? Nobody has a picture perfect story. Nobody does. It doesn't exist. Even when you think it does, even when you think that the person behind the screen is telling you about their amazing, wonderful life, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot that they're not telling you. There's a lot that they're not saying. And they're not telling you about, you know, the knockout, drag-out fights that they've been in, you know, for years with their husband, or, you know, they fight with their family, or they don't have a relationship with their older kids. Whatever it is, there are things that they're not telling you. Okay? Well, you won't get that from me. But only in pictures, exactly. So you will never get that from me. So if there's something that you want to know, and I'm saying this because somebody asked me, then just ask, because I will tell you. And the reason why I feel like I can confidently sit here and have a discussion with you guys on any topic is because I've been through it. I am almost 40 years old, and I have been through the ups and through the downs. I've climbed that mountain. I have struggled my butt off. Hey, sweetie. I have worked outside of the home with multiple children. I have worked inside the home with multiple children. I have ran my own businesses. I have dealt with a child who was born. I love you too, sweetie. You got my hair. I have a child who was born with a disability. So, I mean, I don't sit here and go, oh, yeah, you know, what? Sorry, guys. She's like, just waking up. So let me put it up so I can actually see. So, to answer that person's question, that's why I do it, because I have those experiences, and if the only thing I can do is talk to one person, it helps one person, then I've done what I can do. I don't think that at a young age I could have sat here and told you much of anything, because I didn't know. I still don't know it all, and I'm still learning, and I'm still growing.
Mommy, my birthday coming up.
Your birthday is coming up. It's on Monday. Yeah. So, anyways, I hope that helps clear things up if anybody had any questions, because I know somebody did. And if one person has a question, there's usually about 4 or 5 people who have the same question. They're just afraid to ask. So, anyways, so yes, I think that our experiences do define who we are, and it's okay. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And I honestly come with love and encouragement and want you guys to know that if you're in that time of just, it seems dark and it seems cloudy and gloomy, I am telling you right now, it won't always be that way. But if you don't want it to be that way, then you have to get off your butt and you have to make it change. You have to, because it's not going to change by just sitting there and accepting it. It's just not going to change. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to voice yourself. whether or not it's at work or it's with your family or with it's a friend or with it's a husband. I'm upstairs, I'm scoping, sweetie. Yeah, exactly. You have to voice yourself. In a little bit, yeah. Sorry. No, I'm not down there. Let me finish scoping. So you have to speak up for yourself. You have to, even to yourself. I mean, how many times have you allowed those words or negativity to creep in your mind, and then you just accept it? And you really need to tell yourself, speak up to yourself and say, no, I'm awesome. I'm awesome. I'm not a horrible person. I can do things right. Yeah, we have to put ourselves in check. We really do. If you want other people to do that for you, you have to be doing it for yourself as well. So, anyway, so if you guys have any questions, I would be glad to answer them. But I really did appreciate this person's email, and by no means had I ever tried to like skirt the issue whatsoever. So I have mentioned it a couple times, and apparently they just had missed it, which is fine. So, oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Like I said, I am a complete open book. You want to know about it? I will answer. As a matter of fact, my son, he's so cute. He goes, Mom, you promised I could scope with you and tell people about my ear and what I've gone through. And I'm like, you're right. I completely forgot about that. You can have two. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think we're all a little bit fed up with the fakeness, really. And it takes a while to find friends that are going to be real with you, but once you have them, man, they're priceless. They are priceless. And so I think that's one of the things I love about Periscope is because we can connect with people who are authentic, where we have similar interests, and we can really bond together, where sometimes this might be a little bit hard. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and sometimes it's hard in real life because really sometimes people don't want to know. They don't want to know. That's one of the reasons why I was in a situation for 6 years that I shouldn't have been in, because I didn't have anybody to tell, because nobody wanted to know the truth. Nobody wanted to hear it. They didn't want to see it. They didn't want to listen to it. They just kind of wanted to do this blind eye. And so I didn't have anybody to tell. So it took me a long time to get to the point where it didn't matter. It was just like I just needed to do what I needed to do. So it doesn't take very long, does it? You're right, Katie. It does not take very long. I'm learning that so quickly. Yeah. So my little snoozer. Yeah, Brittany, I understand. I do understand. I still have people who judge me. I still do. And you know what? In a very nice way, I tell them to take a hike. Because, you know, the Bible is like, Jesus looked at them and said, the first of you who haven't sinned, go ahead and cast the first stone. And nobody threw a stone because they had all done it. They had all sinned. And I know that I'm not quoting it perfectly, and I'm not trying to, but you guys get the gist. Is, you know, it's the whole, he who lives in a glass house shouldn't throw rocks. Well, I don't think any of us have the right to cast a stone because we've all done things wrong. There's things in a lot of our lives right now that we're still not doing, whether we want to try to cover it up and hide under the roots of church or religion or family values or what our parents have taught us or whatever. We're still in denial. We're still in denial. So you should, because not everybody is fortunate enough to find the right person who wants to stand and be faithful and loving and kind and tender-hearted, and not everybody's that way. Yeah, exactly. The only judgment that I'm going to get is from God. So, but yeah, I mean, you know, there's people out there that they're not nice and kind and gentle and caring and tenderhearted like a man should be with a woman. And there's a lot of women who aren't like that with a man, and they're not respectful and they're not caring and they're not, you know, they don't want to fulfill the role that we were made to fill. And that doesn't mean you can't work and make money. I'm not saying that. But as a woman, we do have a role that we're supposed to fill. We have hearts, and we're tender, and we're so kind, and we can be gentle. And a man, they're not always like that. They're a little bit more structured and firm and detailed, and, you know, they're like, this is what needs to get done. I have to do it. But not everybody's brought up with those skills, and it's stuff that if we're born with, but if you're not honing them as you're growing up and honing them as an adult, they're not going to stick with you. They're not going to stick with you. You're funny, Makisha. We are, aren't we? We are too quick to judge people. We so are. And I think we're the ones who are the least honest with each other. I think that is a huge, huge sickness as far as our gender goes. You don't see guys acting that way, the way we behave with each other sometimes. Oh, that would have been so cool. That would have been so cool. Yeah. So, that's my little speech for the day. But no, not really. I just wanted to share with you guys because somebody asked, and so I figured, you know what, let me just say another time. Oh yeah, except for my husband, and he loves the Browns, but the rest of us love the Steelers. And yes, see, she does this a lot. She'll go take a nap, and it's a good, sorry, I'm getting a text at the same time. She'll take a really good nap, and then she'll come sit on my lap, and she'll put her head on my chest, and then she's just asleep. We've been together for 2 years. And we decided in the beginning, after I stopped pushing him away, that we were going to do it right, and we were going to do it the way it was meant to be, which is really nice. So we've been very like-minded on that. Bad choices, I know. And so we decided that together, that how we wanted to structure things, and I kind of lost a few friends about it because they didn't understand, and so I've had to choose my words wisely. I don't, well, you could chat with me anytime. Send me a message. Send me a message. So I've lost some friends about it because they didn't understand. And we have a very biblically structured marriage, and it works. And the reason why it works is because, one, that's what we wanted and we agreed upon, both of us. And it's not a dictatorship. We very much come together and make decisions about things, but he is in charge and the head of our household. And that works for me because my personality is very submissive. I am naturally submissive, and I'm okay with that. I've accepted that. I'm not the I wear the pants type of woman. I've never was. I wasn't in my career. I have never been in any type of situation. My friendships, in my family, never. I was born to serve, and that's what I've always loved to do. And when I finally realized that, and then learned that it's not a bad thing, it's not a negative thing, it's actually it can be very respected and graceful, and it's a great way to love people by being submissive, then it was easier for me and he doesn't take advantage of it, because I've had people take advantage of it and he doesn't. And so, numerous times we've had the discussion of what it is that I kind of have the reign over, I'm the not CEO, but, you know, I'm the president or vice president of this area of life. You know, I take care of the home and the children and our food and, you know, lots of different things. And he takes care of certain things. And then there's certain categories that we come together and we discuss together. I actually had my friend who was volunteering. She was asking me a few questions. She was having, she's been going through a few things and really learning. She's like, well, she heard a phone call that Jason and I had. And she goes, well, do you ask him to spend money all the time, any amount? And I said, yeah, for the most part, I do, because he's in charge of the finances. And if I don't, then I'm disrespecting him and everything that he's working towards and making sure that our family stays on budget, that the bills are paid on time, and that everybody has what they need. And so, you know, there's a certain give and take in that. I can definitely take the kids and go get them a treat or take them out to lunch when I want to. Without going, honey, may I please? But I'm also not going to go spending money on Amazon without discussing what needs to be purchased and us talking about it. I'm just not going to. And so I lost friends over that, especially when they're like, hey, let's go do this. And I'll be like, that sounds like a lot of fun. Let me just talk to Jason first. And they're like, why the heck do you have to ask him? And I'm like, because it's a respect thing. I need to see if we have things planned or, you know, what's going on now. Hello, you guys all know that I'm the planner, I'm the organizer, right? So many people don't get it. And so I normally know what the plans are. Could I say yes or no right then in that moment because I know what's on the calendar? Yes, I could. I have the ability. I am a grown woman. I could say, sure, yeah, let's go do it. But I'm not going to. Because then I'm not taking in consideration his feelings. I'm not taking in consideration what we've agreed upon. And it's completely, completely disrespectful. So I say, you know what? Sounds like a lot of fun. Let me just check with Jason. Or around some friends, because I know they have an issue with it, I've learned to say, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I just need to check our schedule. And that's what my way of saying it to them. But I'm still doing what I need to do. Exactly. Well, it's whatever you guys have agreed upon. What we do is not always the same as what everybody else does. But the point is that you two, bye, have a wonderful afternoon. You two come together and you are in agreement together. So there's not one standard. There is not, you know, an outline of what you follow and it has to be that way, period. It's what you two come together and agree upon. And then once you agree upon that, you have to uphold your end. Because if you don't uphold your end, there's a problem. And it usually creates more problems. So, exactly. Good morning from Australia. Hey, Allison, how are you? And so, yeah, I've lost friends about it. It's a tough subject. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. Exactly. They have different dynamics. And I think a lot of it has to do, too, with understanding ourselves, understanding our natural tendencies and our personality. I think that really helps out. I couldn't...
In 2 weeks, we can see what the baby is.
Not 2 weeks. You're not supposed to tell people. Just
And we're having a baby.
Yes.
I hope it will be a baby brother.
Shh. We find out next week what we're having. She's a little excited. Can you tell? We're kind of talking about like a couple different things. You came in. I had somebody send me a question, and so it really just kind of brought up the idea that it's okay for us to own who we are, and that our
some of your tea.
Some of what?
Your tea.
My tea? It's empty.
No.
Oh, those stuff downstairs? Yes, you may.
Have some?
Yep.
No, I can't.
Okay, give me 2 more.
Wait, is it fill up all the way to the top or not?
No, it's not. It's barely full. Make a glass for your sister. Let it, yeah. So, she's fine. Yeah, that is hard, and I understand that. But you know who you are, you know your type of personality, so now you know what you're working with. It's when we fight and we struggle, our natural tendencies, where it becomes really, really difficult. Really difficult. Some men, for example, have a really hard time being in charge. That's not their natural tendencies. And so they really have to push through it. So I think it goes on both sides. It's not just with women. I think it's with both genders. I think it's also interesting to learn. It's down on the floor. You dropped it. But it works, right? Exactly. If it works, it works. And you just tell them, you know what? Say, I'm trying to do what's best for me. Doesn't mean that you have to do it or you have to like it, but it works for me. Here, come here. Oh my goodness. I've been learning and really like pinpointing my children and what their personalities are. I can already tell at almost 3 years old, she's very much like me. She's very, very submissive. She loves to serve.
Can you open this?
Some women do. They have a hard time.
Thank you.
And a lot of times that has to do with somewhere at some point in time, they had to lead. They had to stand. Yeah. I had a hard time in the beginning because for the longest time, I had to be the person in charge, because if I didn't, the electric bill wasn't going to get paid, because my ex would go spend it at the liquor store, and so I had to wear the pants. I had to stand up and go, nope, you know, this is what's in your account. If you don't have that money in your account, you can't spend it. And that was so hard for me, and that's because that's not naturally who I am. But I kind of retained some of that, and so there are times, or there have been times with Jason and I where he'll be like, I got it. It's okay. You don't have to take care of this stuff. And so it's been a learning experience where it's like, okay, I'm allowed to just sit back and go, he's got it. He's got it taken care of. I don't need to say, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, because he's already has it done. So that has definitely been enjoyable, and definitely a growing experience, because I've been able to go back to how I was raised, and there's so much peace in it, because that's what we agreed upon. And so, you know, somebody was talking about, well, actually we talked about it not too long ago, where we choose to be happy, even in the times where there's like stuff going on, and it's not like, bubbly, 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 because if that's not your personality, that's not your personality. That's not what we mean when we say choose happiness. What it means is that you make a deliberate decision that no matter what's going on, you're going to stay focused on the positive, and you're going to know in your heart that the things that you're going through, you can get through it. Well, you're sweating on me. That's why you're hot.
Yeah.
I'm not sweating. You are.
No, you're hot.
I'm hot. Oh, okay. Is my skin hot? Sorry. So, you know, choosing happiness is a state of mind. I'm choosing that I'm going to remain happy. I'm going to stay positive.
Mommy, go downstairs.
Yeah, you can go downstairs.
Mommy.
Caitlin's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a few minutes. For example, yeah, Tuesday, I admit it, I had a grumpy day.
Okay.
Hi.
Bye, love you. No, I'm leaving.
No, not right this second.
Yes, Mom.
Give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, even Tuesday, I had a grumpy day. But, you know, overall, the day was still happy. Like, it was peaceful. It was enjoyable. You know, it was, and now I have a drool spot on my shirt. That's lovely. I wasn't gloomy and depressed and down. I was grumpy. I was in a bad mood. I wasn't bubbly and smiles all day. But that's not the same thing as choosing happiness. I still got through the day. I got a lot done. I actually was able to say, honey, I'm grumpy today. I'm just grumpy. And he's like, that's fine. Be grumpy. Be grumpy. All you need to be grumpy. But I didn't take it out on anybody because I knew I was grumpy. So didn't yell at the kids. I didn't, take it out on Jason. I just knew I felt grumpy. So, yeah, you have to choose it. And you have to make that deliberate choice to say, nope, I'm choosing happiness. I'm choosing to remain positive. Even in times of struggle and hardship. It will work out. You will get through it. This is not the end. So, all right. I have to run because I have a teenager who wants to leave and children. And if you keep on bugging me, you're staying home.
Stop! I'm not. I was just looking to say hi because
Nope. Bug me one more time, you stay home. So, obviously, I need to go attend to my children who want to go do stuff. Can you tell it's Friday? Yeah.
Mama,
What? Who? What? Okay. All right, you guys. Yeah, catch the replay. Catch the replay. If you guys want to come and talk about anything that we've talked about, you're more than welcome to come to the Facebook group. Those are hearts. That's what people are putting on their screen. Like we give other people hearts, they're giving us hearts. Can you say hi? They're all listening. All behind the screen. Look, see? Makisha said hi. Renee said hi. Katie said hi. Erica said hi. Can you say hi? No. Lydia said hi. She's going to be shy. All right, guys. I will probably be popping on later to do something fun and crafty, and we can talk about planners and not so serious. So, come on over to the Facebook group if you guys want to talk about your goals, how everybody's doing on their goals for this spring. I'm hoping to post a picture of mine this weekend. We got a lot done already, so I'll be posting a picture of mine. Yes, we can have some tea. And I will see you all later. Have a great afternoon.